Back in this country, provincial and territorial leaders have wrapped up 3 days of talks. They were united on many issues, but there's one that continues to divide them: the Senate. Tom Parry has been our eyes and ears at this year's meeting in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Saskatchewan's Brad Wall came hoping to sell his fellow premiers on his plan for the Senate: scrap it.
If meaningful reform can't happen, then we're left with either the status quo or abolition, and I don't think $100 million for the status quo is the greatest investment.
Bye. With the Senate embroiled in scandal, you'd think now would be a good time to look at reforming or abolishing the upper chamber. But the premiers weren't biting.
It is not something that comes to us from our constituencies as a burning issue.
This is not a major priority for us.
The premiers listened to Brad Wall, but offered him little support. For most, the Senate is not a pressing issue. They're not happy with it. They're just not sure how to fix it.
Harper is not interested in even talking to the premiers about anything, so most likely he's not even going to bring us together to talk about the Constitution or the Senate.
At the premier's closing news conference, Wall did hear some encouraging words.
Just for the record, I agreed with Premier Wall.
And some not so encouraging.
While I have a lot of sympathy for Premier Wall's views about this, I consider discussion about the Senate a huge distraction.
The federal government has asked the Supreme Court to look at how the Senate could be reformed or abolished. That ruling could come down before the end of the year. And even with the controversy surrounding some senators, the premiers seem to feel this is a decision best left for another day. Kim?
All right, thanks, Tom.